Might be cakes. It's like puppies.
Yeah, you can watch it. You can watch your Mr.
Okay, 7th grade, we are starting in 3, 2, 1. I should not hear any more voices. I am recording myself for basically homework. So yeah, that's why the phone's right there. We are starting with the nervous system. I want you to talk to your partner. What do you know about the nervous system?
It's nervous.
It's like how you feel it. It's how you do it.
Controls your emotions. It controls your there's also 3 main roles in the nervous system. Talk to your partner. Talk to your partner. Talk to your partner.
No, it's like how you feel. It's like how you feel.
Okay, 7th grade. Bringing it back. Bringing it back.
It's like how you feel.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt. Okay, Matt, what just happened?
I caught it.
Related to the nervous system.
My, what's it called? Yeah, reflexes. I saw the marker flying and I caught it.
Okay, so you saw the marker and you made a conscious decision to catch it.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about the nervous system, and we'll get to this in the notes, the nervous system is all about stimuluses or stimuli and reactions. So Matt saw the marker, that's the stimulus, and he makes a conscious decision to react and catch it. Thank you, Matt. No. Okay. We're not taking notes right now.
No, we're not.
Nope, not yet. Okay, guys, when we're watching this video, guys, I'll wait. When we're watching this video, I want you to first be silent. Second, read the words. It's kind of a funny video, so just be silent. Read the words. Okay. Were you guys?
Oh my god.
It's just
that is
which one
so
you
funny.
react to. If you like think of one, that's
Okay, raise your hands. Were you guys able to see or hear all of the words?
Yeah, it's
Why do you think that is?
Because
Oh,
we're
remember, raise your hands. John.
Because we see the words, so we think of it and we listen specifically to that, and since they all sound similar, we think of that one specifically.
Yeah. And so even though there's only one word being said, your brain is kind of overriding it. In this video,
Have a look at this. What do you hear? But look what happens when we change the picture. And yet, the sound hasn't changed. In every clip, you are only ever hearing ba with a B. It's an illusion known as the McGurk effect. Take another look. Concentrate first on the right of the screen. Now to the left of the screen. The illusion occurs because what you are seeing clashes with what you are hearing.
In the illusion, what we see overrides what we hear. So the mouth movements we see as we look at a face can actually influence what we believe we're hearing. If we close our eyes, we actually hear the sound as it is. If we open our eyes, we actually see how the mouth movements can influence what we're hearing. Ba, ba, ba.
It's a bizarre effect. Remember, the only sound you're hearing is ba with a B.
Ba, 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 ba.
What's remarkable about this illusion is even knowing how it's done doesn't seem to make a difference.
Ba. The effect works no matter how much you know about the effect. I've been studying the McGurk effect for 25 years now, and I've been the face in the stimuli. I've seen stimuli thousands of times, but the effect still works on me. I can't help it. Ba, 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 ba.
The McGurk experiment shows us that even when
Okay. We are now starting in-class notes. Your in-class notes do not need to be in Cornell.
Yes.
Okay. But when you get to the
We have to draw it.
no, when you get to the RQ ed, it does need to be Cornell.
This put a lot of my notebook. I don't even know what it did for.
Okay, 7th grade. I shouldn't hear any voices because we are now starting lecture. Lecture is just me giving you the information orally. Okay, so like with the marker example, the nervous system always starts with a stimulus. What's a stimulus, by the way? Who guys know what a stimulus is?
I know
Yeah, Will.
something that like let something run through it, like something that's Holy could be a stimulus, like giving the water.
Guys, not only is that disrespectful to Will, that's just, yeah, that's not kind. Sorry, Will. Finish.
It's like stimulating, like circulating something through, like.
Yeah, I think, Cooper, you have an answer?
Something that can cause a certain reaction in a different thing.
Yeah, that's great. So a stimulus is just something that promotes a reaction or causes a reaction. So what's the stimulus in this picture?
The skeletons reacting to the
Matt,
fly.
remove your hands. Matt.
The skeletons reacting to the fly.
Okay, so stimulus is the fly. What's the response?
The skeleton.
Get away!
Raise your hand, raise your hand.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, in the back.
Swerving your arms around.
Yeah, it's trying to like swat the fly away. Okay. Do you guys have this? Can I go on?
Yeah.
Okay. Oopsie, sorry.
Why are you torturing me?
Okay, so the nervous system's role, 7th grade, is that you receive information, and then with that information, there's a directed response to maintain homeostasis. And while we're here, let's just define homeostasis. So homeostasis is maintaining a stable environment. Yeah. Yep.
So I think I just kind of thought of something like, if you're used to something, then it might not be like that. But like, if you're not used to something, you kind of are nervous, like just like normal.
I like what you're saying,
I'm
Will.
confused.
I'm a little confused, but I like it. Okay, so homeostasis, maintaining a stable environment, especially we're talking about your body. It's like, for example, like your blood temperature is always a stable temperature. It doesn't fluctuate much.
The room temperature. Like, wait, when your
Will, raise your hand, please.
when your blood pressure fluctuates, does that mean that you're nervous?
It could actually, yeah. A high blood pressure, you could be nervous. Okay, do you guys got this?
Yeah.
Yes, Slavic.
A good example of that would be like if you're in body temperature room and you go outside and your body keeping the same temperature in your body.
Exactly. We're gonna get into more examples, but yeah, we'll get into that. That's a great example.
Going into a 90-degree room, you'd be burning off.
Okay, ready to go?
Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
Was this the video?
Yep. One more quick little video.
He has cool hair.
It is a she.
It's okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
That's why we don't see.
How do you maintain a steady body temperature when you're exposed to ice packs or hot water bottles? Healthy body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. I need to keep a steady temperature near 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, or else crucial molecules in my body will change shape and stop working, and I'll die. Homeostasis is a scientific term for my body's ability to maintain its proper equilibrium temperature. But what if I'm exposed to steaming hot water or freezing cold ice? How does my body maintain its equilibrium temperature then? Let's see. I'll cover myself with ice packs and see how my body reacts. 5 cold minutes later, let me check my body temperature. Sure enough, it's still near normal body temperature, homeostasis in action. Within a degree or so of 98.6 is still considered normal, and despite how cold I feel, I haven't actually gotten any colder. How did my body do this? It made me feel cold and want to warm myself up by shivering, little muscle movements that generate heat. See how pale my arm looks? After noticing the cold, my body directed my blood to my core and less to my skin and extremities. My arm quickly loses heat to the cold environment, but the temperature stays constant in my core, which is thicker, so loses less heat to the environment. I also get goosebumps where my hair stands on end, creating an insulating layer like the jacket my body wishes I were wearing. So my body uses a lot of tools to keep my temperature up. When my body senses that it's cold, homeostasis mechanisms make me shiver, draw blood away from my skin, and give me goosebumps. These make me warmer, so my core temperature isn't changed. My body uses some of the opposite tools to cool down. It directs blood to the surface to cool down, making me a bit pink. It needs to resort to more extreme measures if I want to be active in the heat, because moving my muscles uses energy and lets off heat, sort of like shivering to keep warm in the cold, but in this case, my body needs to counteract the warmth that the movement causes. My body makes me feel exhausted, urging me to stop running in place, but that's not enough if I'm excited to be running for some reason. It also makes me sweat. In order to get the energy to evaporate into the air, sweat pulls heat from my body, and this helps me cool down. Not all animals have as effective sweat glands as people do, so people can endure longer periods of intense activity than many other animals. When I got warm, homeostasis mechanisms let my blood move near the surface of my skin and made me sweat, so I got cooler. There are other forms of homeostasis to regulate things besides temperature. For example, when your blood pressure drops suddenly, which can happen if you stand up suddenly, your blood vessels constrict, which brings your blood pressure up to normal. Also, if your blood sugar rises, which can happen after eating, your pancreas releases insulin to lower your blood sugar back to normal. Diabetes is a disease that affects your body's ability to maintain blood sugar homeostasis. In general, homeostasis is when our bodies recognize a slight drift from healthy conditions and counteract that drift by nudging us back to equilibrium.
Okay. So, for the nervous system? Oopsies. How do we characterize it? What does it start with? It starts with S.
Stimulus.
What? Stimulus. Okay, so we have a stimulus, which creates a what?
Followed by a response.
Followed by a response. Yes, but we're just. Yes. Okay, so for the response, there's actually two different kinds of responses. There's a reaction and a reflex. What do you guys think the difference between the two is? Yes.
Reaction is like you willingly like choose to do it, and then reflex is when you don't really choose to do it, you can just do it.
Exactly. It's conscious versus unconscious. So when I said about marker to Matt made the conscious decision to catch it. He saw the marker, he told his hands, catch. When you put your hand on a hot plate,
Burns.
that's a reflex. Because you don't put your hand on the hot plate like, oh wow, that's really hot, I should take my hand off. You just immediately take your hand off. Does that make sense? Like when you hit at the doctor's and like your knees hit and like jolts up, that's a reflex. Okay, so now talking about, you guys have this? Yes, question.
So another difference between the two, so reaction could be like you don't know what's happening, and a reflex like you like know what's happening.
It's the other way around.
Oh.
Reaction is where it's conscious. Like I'm consciously making a decision to do something.
Well, but like I reacted to the marker coming to me.
And that was a conscious decision, yes.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas a reflex, it's unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Will.
So like a reflex, it would be like something you know how to do in a way like.
A reflex.
Like shooting a basketball or something you know how to do.
So we're talking in scientific terms. A reflex is your body on its own. You're not making a conscious decision. Okay, well, let's do some more examples and we'll see if we can get it. Okay? So you guys have this? Okay, so in maintaining homeostasis, what's homeostasis again?
Maintains a stable
environment
within your body. So guys, what's our normal body temperature?
98.6.
98.6. This is our body temperature at homeostasis. Okay, does that make sense? This is our constant body temperature. When we get cold and our body temperature drops below 98.6, this is a stimulus. Remember, think nervous system. This is our stimulus. So what happens after the stimulus? Yes.
you shiver.
Shiver. What's the broad word?
A reflex. Reaction.
No, reflex is perfect. Yes, there is a reflex in your body to try to increase your body temperature, which is like shivering or goosebumps. This is the reflex. So you guys see how the reflex, it's not like you're not telling your body to like shiver. Your body just shivers. Like it's not a conscious decision. Yes, Will.
Can you get goosebumps like when you're hot?
I don't know, honestly. Maybe.
I get goosebumps when I feel uncomfortable.
Okay, but what's the result of this shivering? Or what should be the result? Yes. You're back at homeostasis, exactly. You're back at the 98.6. Okay, let's do the same thing. But now you're hot. So is your blood temperature above or below 98.6? Above. Okay, is the next step, is it going to be a reflex or a reaction? A reflex. What do you think that reflex would be? Yes, Matt.
Maybe like burning.
Okay. So I'm really hot. What's my body reflexively doing?
Sweating.
Sweating, exactly. It's okay.
Okay, it ain't that funny, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about.
Here's an interesting thing about sweating. Do you know why you cool off when you sweat?
Because it's water.
It is water.
Yeah, no
Yes.
joke.
Wait, shh. Yes, Ireland. What do you say? Hydrated. It's not actually the water on you that cools you off. It's the sweat evaporating. And so when the sweat is evaporating, it's taking the hot energy from your skin and leaving. That's why when it's really humid outside, there's a lot of moisture in the air. You might be like drenched, but the sweat isn't evaporating and you can still be like really hot. Does that make sense? Okay, that's just fun fact. Okay, so then what's the result of sweating?
Homeostasis.
Homeostasis. Yep. 98.6. Okay, 2 more examples. Oh, come on, guys. So we're almost done. Okay, a homeostasis, we have a normal blood pressure. The stimulus could be like,
You could stand up. It's called orthostatic hypotension. You've ever at mass where you stand up suddenly and all of a sudden you feel lightheaded?
yeah, that's a great example. So let's say standing up, which is lowering your blood pressure. So this is what, the stimulus? Okay, so now what's after a stimulus? The response or a reflex. And what your body actually does to increase your blood pressure is that your blood vessels are going to constrict. They're going to get smaller. Blood vessels constrict. So why are blood vessels constricting?
Blood pressure.
So yes, is the blood vessels constricting? Is that going to higher or lower our blood pressure? Well, is it? Because guys, our stimulus is the blood pressure is lowered, so it's going to higher.
Yes, Nathan.
Okay, last example and we're done. Okay, normal blood sugar levels. Normal blood sugar. Your stimulus would be like eating a cookie. Okay, what's a cookie gonna do to your blood sugar levels? Guys, remember, raise your hand. John. Raise your blood sugar.
Because cookie has sugar.
Okay, so is the reflex going to higher or lower your blood sugar?
Lower.
Lower, exactly. The reflex is your pancreas releasing insulin. Okay, do you guys have any questions?
No.
Who can just one last time, what's the difference between a reaction and a reflex? Yes.
A reaction you choose to do.
A reaction you choose to do, a reflex just happens. And those are all examples of responses. So you have your stimulus followed by a response. Okay, question.
I have 2 questions. What's the first and the third?
This one?
No, the bottom.
This is eating a cookie, which is raises your blood sugar.
Oh,
Blood sugar.
Yeah. Yes.
and what like falling and like moving your hands to like stop the fall? Would that be a reaction or
A reflex?
Yeah,
A reaction, a reflex?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I'd say
I think,
probably reflex.
yeah, I think the reflex is just to put your hands out. I don't even think you're thinking about it. But that's interesting. That's a good question. Any other questions? Okay, so now you guys are working on your MEQ and your RQN. Remember, your RQN needs to be in Cornell notes.
And then it's lunch.